Martha Teichner tells the story of a music instructor with a far bigger challenge: to bring his entire life into harmony.
Their 5:30 a.m. departure time has already come and gone. But the good news is the bus is nearly packed. The Miami Beach High School Rock Ensemble is almost ready to leave for Orlando, where high school musical groups from all over the country will be competing.
I'm very proud of everybody for what you've done so far this year. I'm sure we're going to have a great time. Keep in mind that the contest is today.
Doug Burris, director of Rock Ensemble, does his last-minute pep talk. And finally, it's time to go.
Okay, here we go. We're going up.
A school trip like any other, except for this difference. Doug Burris has multiple sclerosis. He is unable to move any part of his body except for his head. It is a difference, but as you will see, not a drawback. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. The fact that their high school actually has a rock ensemble, not just a marching band or an orchestra, is a much bigger deal to the kids in it than the fact that Doug Burris is in a wheelchair. I guess you say, what can make me feel this way, my God?
They get to know me, and sooner or later they don't see the chair, they just see me. That's a very valuable lesson.
A lesson not lost on lead singer Woodley Desire.
It just keeps on inspiring me, because whenever I think, I can't do this, and I just look at Mr. Burris, I consider him a role model.
Good morning.
It's been 29 years since Doug Burris first walked into Beach High, about a year after he was diagnosed with MS. MS is a degenerative disease, but Burris had no idea how fast or how slowly his condition would deteriorate.
My first thought about all this was, what am I going to do to feel useful? What am I going to do with my life if it does go really, really bad?
He was married then. He convinced his wife, Susan, to divorce him so she wouldn't be burdened. He decided he had to keep teaching, but what?
Here we go, all together, ready? 1 and 2 and 3. I knew that I wasn't going to be teaching marching band anymore, so I figured I needed to find something that I could teach. And in Florida, they teach guitar as a class. Because in the beginning, I could play the guitar and show them exactly what I want. 4.
Now he can't.
Okay, you won the race. You won. Now they have to listen very closely to see what I have to say and describe what's going on.
You would think teaching guitar would be enough for somebody in Doug Burris' situation, but it wasn't. He started the classical guitar ensemble for really serious students.
That's it.
That wasn't enough either. So in 1972, he started Rock Ensemble, because it was his kind of music. From the very beginning, it has attracted unconventional kids. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was.
Really, the kind of kid who does not want to play third clarinet, doesn't want to play third trombone, is interested in being up in front of people. And this is the perfect group for them.
These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. Cause one of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you.
And sometimes it has attracted kids with problems, kids who are on the edge, like Blaze Gerard, BJ to his friends.
My grades were extremely low, D's, maybe a couple C's, and mostly F's, I was going nowhere.
BJ didn't play an instrument or sing, but Doug Burris discovered he had a talent for sound engineering.
The sophomore year when I got into Rock Ensemble, it all changed, and it's all because, of him. He opened that door to me. I'm going to college now. 3 years ago, I would not have been going to college.
About 10 years ago, as his condition worsened, Doug Burris began needing his students as much as they needed him. BJ is one of a succession of students he has paid to take care of him over the years. They work 2 or 3 days a week in 24-hour shifts.
And we're not talking about a lot of money here, but we're talking about $35 or $40 a night to work with me. I mean, that's a gift to me because it allows me to do everything that I do. So they give me my life.
The day starts at dawn. Dressing Burris is the hardest part.
1, 2, 3.
Like BJ, Nelson Ramos works for him partly because it's a job, but mostly because he gets something out of it.
1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Yeah, that's good.
Nelson was business manager of Rock Ensemble till he dropped out of school recently. But he still shows up for work, and Doug Burris is confident he'll continue his education eventually.
I never met my father, and I look at Mr. Burris like my role model. I look at him like my dad, and I can tell him to his face, I love him.
It's down the bottom.
He's just family, someone I need to help because he's part of my life.
But getting back to the trip to Orlando. It's a funny thing about Doug Burris and his students. Being part of his life, they find themselves changed as he nudges them down the road toward growing up by way of Orlando, Florida.
Keep on going, keep on going. Oh, you know what? I would like to go on that ferry boat.
No self-respecting school trip to Orlando would be complete without some R&R at Disney World. So it was off to the Magic Kingdom. And a good time was had by all trying to find Doug Burris a hat. At Disney World, they had a good time with their teacher, not in spite of him.
Let's go.
2, check. Check. 1, 2, 3.
But it was the competition that had brought them to Orlando in the first place.
Everything's going to be fine. We'll do a little warm-up out there. The music is the one thread that keeps us all together and on a certain track.
For the classical guitar ensemble, the image of intensity and earnestness. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. I'm so excited. For rock ensemble, rolling through its repertoire. And I want to. The setting was pretty intimidating. Student groups don't perform for an audience, only for the judges, sitting stony-faced in the back of the empty auditorium.
With other guys, here's the more lovely story from the guy who knows I fell in love with my love still.
Doug Burris sat stony-faced backstage. Only on awards night did they discover just how many competitors there were and how fired up everybody was. Doug Burris, it seems, had finally found a hat.
I think it's probably better the way I am now.
Better.
Yeah, because kids learn not only about music, but how to survive. They probably look at me as some sort of an example.
Rock Ensemble, wearing the hat over in this corner, Miami Beach.
On a night when everyone was rewarded in one way or another, there were only first-place trophies for Doug Burris's kids.
All right. Thanks, B. Yeah, man. Congratulations.
Love you, Burris.
Love you, too. You guys deserve it. You deserve it. At the end of my life, what would I say? I would just be very proud of what I've done. I'm very happy to have been there.